Hello and good morning, everyone. We, the students of Bombay Teachers Training College, Ria De Silva, roll number 12, and Shams Tarvesh Sheikh, roll number 44, would like to take upon the honor today to present our topic, a study on human development cross-sectional approach. This project has been taken under the guidance of Professor Dr. Rajiv Shah, and we thank you for your attention and look forward to presenting this project. Let us begin this presentation. So here is a mind map that contains all the context of this topic. This is an overview. So we'll be discussing the introduction, purpose of study, characteristics, cross-sectional design, its advantages, its limitations, the problems faced while conducting it, its examples, conclusions, and the references used. So, in introduction, so cross-sectional approach is based on observation that takes place at different groups in one time. This method is used to gather information only. The information may be based to develop a method to investigate the relation that is observed. A cross-sectional design is used for research that collect data on various variables. Cross-section design generally uses survey technique to gather data. So basically, cross-sectional approach is a type of study where the researchers collect data from a group of people at a specific time. It's like taking a snapshot of a population where you understand things like their health, habits, or opinions. In simpler terms, you can say that it's a quick way to understand what's happening in a population at a single moment. Next is the purpose of study. The purpose of study is to quickly gather useful information about a population and use it to learn or make decisions. So here's what we aim to understand the population in detail. It helps us to know more about a group of people at a specific time, like their health, habits, or opinions. For example, finding out how many people in a city exercise regularly. Second is to find relation between factors. It looks for links between things, like whether people who exercise tend to be healthier or not. This helps us to understand different factors that may be connected, for example, health and exercise. To compare groups, it compares different groups to find out differences or similarities, like how teenagers and adults use social media differently. Create ideas for future research. If the study shows interesting patterns, it can give the researchers new ideas for deeper or more detailed study to explore these patterns and their existence. Inform policies or programs. The information collected can guide decisions like creating health programs or education policies that meet the needs of this population. So, in short, we can say the study helps us to find out people, their pattern, to compare groups, and use insights to improve your research and policies. Next, we talk about the characteristics. So, the characteristics of a cross sectional study describes how it works and what makes it unique. So, here is an easy explanation on the topic. So, firstly, this it's a snapshot of a population. So, this study is like taking a photo of a group at a single moment. It shows out what's happening in the population at a specific point without tracking the changes over time. No manipulation of variables. Researchers do not control or change anything, so they simply collect information as it is, once, without interfering with our people's lives or their habits. Next, diverse groups are included. The study often includes surveys that involve people from different sections of societies, like people from different ages, groups, jobs, income levels to get a broader picture. Next, can be repeated for changes. If needed, similar studies can be done in future to see whether the things have changed over time to compare this study with the future study that is to be done. So in short, this type of study captures real life data from a variety of people at a specific time It does not interfere with your circumstance. It can also be represented later to track trends or the shift in the trend. Next, we talk about the cross section design on the step by step research. So, cross section design is a step by step process researchers use to plan and carry out this type of study. Firstly, is to design the research question. Start by deciding what you want to learn. For example, is there a link between exercise and health in adults? Second is to select your population. Choose a group of people you want to study. This could be done based on age, location, job, and other characteristics, like selecting adults of a specific city. Next is data collection plan. Decide what information you need and to collect it. For instance, you might gather data on exercise habits and the health status through surveys. Design data collection instruments. Create collection tools to collect information like survey form or questionnaire with clear and simple questions. Data collection procedure. Collect the information from the participants all at once. For example, have people filled out surveys or measured their health in sessions. Next is data analysis. Look at the data that you found to find patterns, relations, or trends. Use simple methods like percentages or advanced ones like comparing groups with statistics. Next is to interpret the finding. Understand what the data is telling you. For example, if the people that exercise more are generally healthier, so this might suggest that people who exercise more often have better health. So, but this doesn't prove its cause or effect. Next is ethical consideration. Make sure that the participants understand the study, give their consent, and their personal information is kept private and secure. So, in simpler terms, this process helps the researchers to collect and understand data from a group quickly and ethically.
Advantages of cross-sectional approach. It's allow researcher to compare a different variable at the same times. For example, conducting a research impact of screen time on the students' result. We are forming three groups, group 1, group 2 and group 3. Group 1 are the students who are from 10th grade, group 2 students who are from grade 11, group 3 students who are from the 12th grade. The outcome of the all the groups are going to be compared at the same time. A cross-sectional study may also compare people from a different background. It is a efficient method for the large number of subjects. It's help to do research on a large number of subjects and compare the people from a different background. For example, education and cognitive abilities. A cross-sectional studies comparing students from a various educational backgrounds. Suppose students are from rural areas or a urban area. How the type of education influence cognitive development, access to research, resource or academic achievement. It can measure attitude, beliefs, behavior, personals, or a family history, genetic, existing, or a past health conditions. Limitations of cross-sectional. Cross-sectional approach does not reflected on individual development. Incidental information not available for a typical cross-sectional studies. Cross-sectional approach does not shows individual development. It shows a group development. And incidental information. Suppose one sample having some incidents and it's also not going to be shown as a outcome. It describes the characteristic that exists in the group, but it cannot be used to determine any relationship that may exist. Sometimes the approach can reconstruct incident from historical informations. The outcome of the research not going to be remain the same if we haven't done a research and after the same research we are going to be do the outcome going to be differed. It's going to be changed. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the remain same. Problem in problems in conducting cross sectionals only a snapshot. So the cross sectional approach is only a snapshot sampling bias. The samples are not going to be represent the whole population. Memory errors. The last research, the the same research, the outcome going to be the outcome going to be differs if we are going to be do another time. Confusing extra factors, lower participants, limited depth. In cross-sectional approach, they are limited depth because it is snapshot. It's not going to be give a brief detail about the samples and the population. It's going to be give a samples samples of the populations, and it's not having a it's not having a higher participants, having a lower participants. These are the examples where the cross-sectional approach are done in a human health survey, social media uses, consumer preference, public opinion polls, COVID-19 impact studies, cryptocurrency adoptions. Conclusion: cross-sectional studies offer an efficient way to gather data from the large population at the single point of time, providing a snapshot or a key variable without need for a long-term follow-up. This approach allows researchers to identify association, trends, and difference within a group, such as the observed relationship between physical activity and BMI. Although cross-sectional studies cannot be established causations, they are invaluable in public health and social research, highlighting areas that may warrant further investigation through longitudinal or experimental studies. This information collected can guide further research and information policies, intervention and program tailored to the current need of a population. These are the references which we have been used for our research. So Faria, with this, I will like to end my presentations, and our group member would like to extend a warm regard and would like to thanks our Dr. Professor Rajiv Jha sir for his guidance and support throughout the research. And thank you so much.